welcome you to the FAQ series with Uncle Uche. For today, we have a question sent in by one of our teenagers, and the question reads, at what age should a teenager start having a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Wow. You know, when it comes to questions relating to relationship, it's one topic we cannot exhaust all the time. And the key thing there says, at what age should a teenager, emphasis, a teenager. Maybe I should start by giving a little intro on who is a teenager. A teenager is a young adult, a young adolescent between the ages of 13 to 19. And when you talk about a young adolescent, when you talk about a young growing adult, we're talking of people who are the prime of their age, developing their age, learning skills, going to school, and all that. So, when I say a teenager should have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, dictionary first of all defines a boyfriend or a girlfriend as a friend that you have sexual relationship with, in quotes. Therefore, as a teenager, it means what age should I start having sexual intercourse with the opposite sex? I'm putting it point blank, a teenager has no business in having boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Does that mean a teenager shouldn't have friends? No. You know, we recommend that as a teenager, you should have friends, both sexes and opposite sexes. Why? It's a stage where you develop yourself emotionally. It's a stage where you develop yourself intellectually. It's a stage where you develop yourself career-wise, socially, and all others. Therefore, if I have friends from both gender or of both sexes, I will be able to learn several things from these friends. I shouldn't have what you call a special friend. I shouldn't have what you call, my unique friend. Because when you start having special friends, unique friends, you find that you rope yourself, you tie yourself into a box where one man or one lady or one boy or one girl begins to manipulate and control your life. That's what they do in boyfriend-girlfriends. Boyfriend-girlfriends, relationship as the case may be, relationship is responsibility. Relationship entails a lot. We're not talking about relationship today. That would have been a very long aspect to expose what relationship needs. But for boyfriend-girlfriend, I will say an emphatic no. But for having friends that are the opposite sex, I will say go ahead. Have them. And don't just have one. Have several of them. Let them know that A, B, C, D are also your friends. For example, if Jane, a lady, a teenage girl, wants to have friends, she can have friends in persons of Gospel, Oliver, Uche, Jeremiah, John. And Gospel should know that Oliver is also Jane's friend as much as Gospel is Jane's friend. Do you know what happens? Either of the guys will become jealous because they want to own possession of the teenage girl. So once they become jealous, you let them know, see, you are my friend as much as the other fellow is my friend. If you don't like it, then you quit. Now, you're also going to be helping the young men to learn responsibility. Because when they own you as only you, they begin to control and manipulate you. Manipulation comes in place. And before you know it, you get distracted academically, you get distracted spiritually, you get distracted emotionally and otherwise. Emotionally, you will always be thinking about one boy when you're supposed to be reading your books. You're always thinking about one boy when you're supposed to be doing some very important things, and that will affect your output. So, for you to give your best as a teenager, I encourage you, delete. No boyfriends, no girlfriends while in my teenage years. But I should develop my relationship with people of the opposite sex. Why is it that parents and adult figures always think that we teenagers are lazy, useless, and stubborn? Wow. That's a question I come across every now and then from teenagers. And I would like to start by saying that this question is as a result of perception. Most teenagers have this view about themselves, and because of this perception, they believe that parents are at war with teenagers. Every parent desires, wants the teenager, the child, to achieve the best. Every teenager, every parent doesn't want his or her teenagers to make the same mistakes they made while growing up. So sometimes I agree with you, our parents could actually be too hard on it. But the truth is that no parent, I say, that gave birth to a child will not love that child. So behind everything that the parents do, there's love. Unfortunately, I will say that most parents do not understand the basics of parenting. And when you don't know the basics of parenting, you do the right thing using the wrong pattern. And that's why they get to shout at us sometimes, simply because they want us to do what they want us to do. Nevertheless, for us teenagers, I also observed that most teenagers have this attitude of taking their time to do what they want to do. For example, our parents send us on errands to do the family chores and all that. And you feel, oh, I'm still watching my film. Oh, I'm still tired. And you take your time. So it gives the wrong impression. Because of that, our parents quickly will look at it as you being lazy. So without mixing words or you saying, oh, our parents are hard on us, can we also look at what are those things that we teenagers do that actually make our parents act the way they do? I would like to talk about the issue of stubbornness. You know, most times we consider or we say our teenagers, our children are stubborn. For me, that's a word that I really don't fancy in the teens world. Because what you call stubbornness, most times are actually inherent rebellion. Now, when I talk about inherent rebellion, a teenager, a growing adult, is wired in such a way that while he or she grows, he challenges the basic norms of the society. He challenges the basic norms around. And that's a gift God has put in man, a gift God has put in every growing teenager. Because of that, you see that a teenager, when he gets to that age of accountability, he doesn't just want to be a robot. He wants to ask questions. Why should I do what you said I should do? And when we are not forthcoming with the right answers to this, you discover that it becomes a challenge, and then we'll quickly say the person is being stubborn or the person is acting in a stubborn way. What's my answer to this teenager? If our parents think and consider or keep saying you're lazy, you're stubborn, and you're idle, can you take a step backwards? Look at yourself. What are those things you do that make them say those things? When you solve that aspect, then we can be able to handle the aspect of the parents. So, can I become a bit more conscious of my environment? Can I become a bit more careful to answer questions and do my chores when I need to do them? And can I deliberately, patiently ask my parents to give me explanations to why they want me to do certain things? ability to answer those questions will help them begin to see us in a better light. I hope that with this, I've been able to address the issue of why most parents consider us as being lazy, idle, and stubborn. Thank you very much, and see you in the next series.